If you somehow survived the most brutal fate imaginable and walked out of a sealed stone vault, I'm sure that the last thing you do is stop to fold your laundry. Unless that laundry was a message left for the world to find. When Peter and John discovered Jesus' empty tomb, John's Gospel records a strange detail that most readers skip right over. And that's that the burial cloths were lying there, but the face cloth that had covered Jesus' head was folded up separately by itself. And this seemingly insignificant detail contains a coded message rooted in ancient Hebrew dining customs that transforms how we understand both the resurrection and the second coming. Because in first century Jewish culture, a folded napkin at the table carried one very specific and unmistakable meaning: I'm coming back. This is the folded napkin. And understanding what it signified reveals why this detail appears in John's precise eyewitness account, what message Jesus intentionally left for those who would discover the tomb, and why the resurrection wasn't an ending but a deliberate promise embedded in Hebrew custom that every Jewish reader would instantly recognize. As always, let's start with the biblical account. So John 26-7 is very specific. Quote, Simon Peter came following him and went into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying there and the face cloth, which had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen cloths but folded up in a place by itself. Why record this detail? The Gospels are economical. Every word serves a purpose. John doesn't waste ink describing how the cloths were arranged unless it matters, and he emphasizes the separation. The face cloth wasn't crumpled with the other burial wrappings, it was deliberately folded and placed apart. The actual Greek word used is entity ligmenon, wrapped up, folded together, or arranged carefully. This wasn't accidental positioning. Someone took time to fold the napkin precisely and set it aside while leaving the body cloths where they lay. If grave robbers had stolen the body, they wouldn't carefully fold burial cloths, they'd grab everything and run. If Jesus had hastily departed, he wouldn't stop to fold linens either. The folded napkin indicates intentionality, message, and meaning. And the whole message revolves around this Hebrew dining custom. In first century Jewish culture, when a master sat at the table being served by household servants, the napkin communicated specific instructions depending on how it was left. If the master finished eating and wadded up the napkin, tossing it on the table, this signaled to servants, I'm done, you can clear everything away, I'm not eating anymore. The crumpled napkin meant finality, completion, and dismissal. But if the master needed to leave the table temporarily, to greet a visitor, to handle business, or to step away for any reason, and he intended to return to finish the meal, he would carefully fold his napkin and place it beside his plate. The folded napkin carried one unmistakable message to every servant who saw it. I'm not finished. I'm coming back. Don't clear the table. Don't touch my place. I will return to complete what I started. This wasn't obscure symbolism either. This was everyday household communication, as clear as a do not disturb sign. Every Jewish person in first century Palestine understood this custom from childhood. And I'm sure you're already starting to see the deliberate messaging here. Jesus, raised in Jewish culture, knew exactly what folding the napkin meant. And John, recording this detail decades later, knew his Jewish audience would recognize it instantly. The resurrection scene becomes intentional communication.